Hey everyone, my name is Ryan and thank you for coming to my Mexican American literature chit chat. It is so exciting to have you here, and I am excited to share the space where we talk about Mexican American literature and the sensitive topics and themes that come with that, but also the beauty of what these authors have presented and what they have constructed based on their own, generational history, their family dynamics, and their perspectives. So today we are going to talk about the first section of Under the Feet of Jesus by Helena Maria Viramontes. And I thought that this was such a powerful, it was such a powerful first part, but it was also such a hard one to read. I loved the way that the author is so visual in her storytelling. There were a few moments in the novel where I had to reread it because the way that she writes very directly but not direct. For example, there's this scene where there's this character named Petra, and we follow the way that Petra is affected by the father of her children leaving her. And there's a moment in the story where she is described to have run in the street, like she runs into ongoing traffic because of how distressed she is and how she's thinking of her daughter, Estrella, who is another main character. And it took me a while to understand that not only was that a mom needing help, but that was also a suicide attempt. At least that's how I interpreted it. That's the only thing that comes to mind whenever you see scenes in media like that. So I thought that was very, very impactful. It was very, very impactful to read. And then Estrella finds herself having her own conflict with the way that her mom, the way that things are for her mom, by having to carry where her mom lacks. There is a scene that's also really, really, it's really, really sad, where Estrella has the start of a bond, of a sisterhood, and then it comes into question about the relationship between Petra and what is perceived to be Petra's grandfather, but also Petra's relationship. And Estrella defends that. She defends that with blood, sweat, and tears, and it is heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking to read. It was heartbreaking to read that she had to carry the weight of that burden and the weight of someone else's decisions, and how that impacted her. And I also think that there is another main character that we are introduced to. We are introduced to these cousins who work in the field. And at the end of chapter 1, we see Estrella and one of the cousins kind of begin their the start to their connection, and I thought that was really, really sweet. That was really sweet. That was really well done. I loved when the author writes on page 46, "What he saw was the woman who swam in the magnetic presence of the full moon. a woman named Star. Like, if that doesn't melt your heart, because it melted mine. It melted mine. But I am so excited to keep reading. I am so excited to dive into the continuation of their lives and how they intertwine. So yeah, I hope you continue with me. I hope you continue, because I think it'll be a really, really good one. So thank you so much for watching.